Hello and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a bit different, but before I get into it, if you are new to my channel, hi, you're welcome. I'm Vesta, and this is You and Me equals 3. On my channel, I help you as a first-time mom to create healthy meal ideas that you can enjoy with your baby who is learning to eat solid foods. That is what I mainly do on my channel. So if this sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And at the end of the video, if you find anything helpful, please give me a like. And like I mentioned, today's video is going to be a little different than my usual. But before I get into the things that I want to talk about, let me know in the comment section below if you have had something happen in your life that has totally changed your way of thinking about food, about your family, and about life in general. And share them with me in the comment section, because it will be nice to know that I'm not the only one that sees something positive out of the negative. In this video, you can see I have some old bananas, and from these old bananas, I was able to create 3 delicious recipes. And this was an inspiration that I got from a few months ago. So a few months ago, I tested COVID positive, and seeing my kids cry and asking me whether or not I was going to die, it's something that will never be forgotten. I feel extremely lucky to be alive, because although I didn't have a severe experience, I know there are so many people out there that have died and are dying and are still dying from this virus. You know, during the quarantine period, I learned to respect food like I have never done before. I became very creative, and that brought my attention to how wasteful I have been all these years. And as you can see in the video, I have these old bananas there, and most of us, when the banana gets this old, we toss it in the garbage. I don't know about you, but I used to do that. But this inspiration made me get so creative, and I was able to come up with different recipes, and I could have even come up with more if I wanted to. So in our world today, it is kind of embarrassing to see how much food we waste every day. And this all took me back to growing up in Ghana. We didn't have much, but we were very happy and never even thought of considering ourselves to other people. I mean, we never even thought of comparing ourselves to others. I remember my mom will make a big pot of soup on Sundays on an open fire, and this soup was for the whole week. We ate it with Ghanaian side dishes like fufu, rice, yam, plantain, and some days with bread. And you know what? We didn't get bored of it. I remember loving it every day. But most of us have, if we look in our world today, most of us have more than enough food in our freezers and our fridge, and we still go to the grocery store almost every day to buy food, and most of them end up being thrown away. So in this video, I'm just going to say, try and challenge yourself. Okay, try to go maybe a week. If you're someone that is like me, before you have to make trips to the grocery store like a few times out of the week, try and challenge yourself. Pick a week and say, you know what, this week I'm just going to resist. the temptation of going to the grocery store because I know I do not need to, and I'm going to eat whatever that we have at home. So I work, apart from me thinking back to when I was growing up in Ghana and how frugal my mom was, I work in a retirement home, and although I have been working there for years and I know how unwasteful old people are, I had totally forgotten about growing up, excuse me, and the experiences that I had with my mom. It still took me to test COVID positive for it to finally hit me. And I was very upset at the beginning, though I must admit. When my company called and told me that my test came back and it's positive, I cannot explain how mad I was. And Jeffrey, are you done with your tea? Did you drink all of it? Yeah? Have you washed your hands? Okay. Take a tissue and wipe your hand up your mouth, okay? I'm sorry, that was my son. So, like I was saying, when my company called and told me about the news, I was very devastated, and it's like I was so mad because I was afraid that I was going to give it to my kids, and I was so ready to blame my company for any damage that was going to, because I know that it's childish because I work there and it is part of my job. And when the virus started, I know at the back of my head that it is a possibility, but I just didn't want to accept it, So anyway, I was upset, but God being so good, my kids did not test positive the whole time. And the whole experience with me staying home with them and spending all that time with them, we were able to really bond. And I must say that I've always loved my kids, but I love them more than everything now. More than ever. I appreciate my husband more. I don't complain about housework and how tired I am like I used to, because I keep thinking to myself, I could have died and it would have all be ended anyway. When it comes to food, my respect for food has become mind-blowing. I see every food and vegetable and I immediately think, what are the different ways that I can prepare it? I have become more thankful after every meal and very respectful for food. And there was something funny that happened when I was under the quarantine. Although I knew that you can have a grocery ordered online and have it delivered at your doorstep, or you can ask a neighbor or a good friend to assist you, I decided to be, I don't know, will I call it stubborn? No. But I decided to just eat what I have at home until I run out of everything, and like I didn't have anything, okay, not even an own bread or not a flour to make my own bread. Then I will reach out for help. So a week through, although I still had food, I decided to call a friend of mine, and I was like, hey, you know what, I have food, but there are a few things that I would like to make for the kids, and I don't know if you can just run to the store for us real quick and have the thing delivered. And while I was telling her, she was like, oh yeah, Vesta, of course I will do that for you. But then I heard someone at the background saying, be careful and not give it to her when she comes over. And so I realized that our conversation was put on speaker, and that really made me mad, because I thought, okay, here I am thinking that I'm talking to you confidentially, and it isn't. So I immediately got very upset. I'm a very touchy person. So I got very upset, and I told this friend, you know what, just forget it. I don't need anything. I'm just going to eat whatever we have. So forget that I even mentioned that I need anything. And she was like, "Oh, Vesta, why are you upset?" I wasn't interested. I was just done. So I refused it. And I don't know, was that a good thing or was that a bad thing? Let me know. I think that was a good thing because that made me more creative, and I was digging for food everywhere in my household. So my advice here is, I know I'm not going to wish anybody to get any virus or any corona, to have them like see things in a different way, but like I mentioned, try to put yourself to the test. And I know even the most perfect people still throw food away. I'm not saying that I will never throw any food away, but I mean, you can miss something and it will go bad in your fridge, and of course you cannot eat it because you can get really sick from eating something that is bad. But I'm really going to like be very vigilant and be as less wasteful as possible, and to raise my kids, teaching them how important food is, and for them to respect it as well. So this is my message in this video. I was able to create a delicious banana bread, you can see here, and from those old bananas I just took 5 pieces of banana, some baking soda, I mashed it together. I took some all-purpose flour and some whole wheat flour, some baking powder, some nuts that I toasted a bit, some plain yogurt, oil, brown sugar, vanilla extract, and I was able to create 2 delicious loaves of bread that we didn't enjoy just ourselves. I was able to cut them up in pieces. I froze some and I took some at work. I gave it to some people out there to also enjoy. I was able to make fried bananas. I don't know if you know of fried plantains. In Ghana we eat fried plantains, but since these bananas were very huge and were going bad, I thought, why not fry some? So I fried it, and I had some old blueberries in my fridge that were still good, so I decided to put the old blueberries on one loaf, and then the other loaf I left it the way it was. And so yeah, you can do the same. You can throw in some old fruits that you have in your fridge or wherever, cut them up and put it in your bread and bake it. So the fried bananas, we had it with some ketchup sprinkled with some sesame seeds. You can do the fried bananas and make some, some lentils, and put the fried bananas inside and mix it together, put it in the puff pastry, bake it, and it's really delicious. Again, I was able to make from these old bananas like a banana caramel that we had with some vanilla ice cream sprinkled with powdered sugar. You can eat the banana caramel with some oatmeal. You can even eat it with some plain yogurt, and you can come up with more recipes like this, So I hope that you learned something from this video, and I'm glad that I had this on my chest. I just wanted to get it out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it is a bit random, but I felt like I wanted to put my message out there for us to be more mindful about the way we see food, for us to respect food more, and yeah. So thank you if you stay all the way till the end of the video. If you want to see the rest of if you want to watch all the way to the end to see how all 3 recipes came out, stay tuned and be safe, be careful. Coronavirus is really real. I have seen a lot of people. I mean, because of the environment that I work, I have lost a lot of really, really, really nice people and lovely people, and I go there, I walk past their door, and I just cannot help but get emotional, you know, because I saw them, I saw how they were suffering, and it's not funny. So be careful, take care of yourself, follow the protocols like the mask wearing and the unnecessary outgoing. Try to resist if you don't really have to go out, to protect your family, your friends, and your loved ones. And yeah, that's all that I have to say in this video. Take care of yourself, and I wish you and your family all the best. Be safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.